What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Season of the Worthy video tasted. I wanted to cover Hardlight and kind of the state of how it is. Now, first up, how to obtain this weapon. It's basically just a random drop from an exotic engram. Xur can bring it around, or you can potentially get it from the random engram that Xur gives you. Now, quickly going over its perks, comes with Volatile Light. Rounds fired from this weapon have reduced damage fall off, over-penetrate targets, and ricochet off of hard surfaces. Projectile damage increases after the bounce. Now, they did just have like a retuning to that perk, but you know, I still think the weapon's pretty solid. Also comes with polygonal rifling, which increases stability. Outlay magazine, faster reloads when the magazine's empty. And then you have the fundamentals. Holding changes the weapon's damage type, cycling between solar, arc, and void, which is pretty interesting. So I think people kind of forget about this perk, and it can be kind of effective in PvE if you have something like match game on and you want to be able to keep on certain weapons and whatnot. But again, this doesn't really matter for PvP. But it also comes with composite stock, which increases stability and handling. There's also a masterwork available to get, which is pretty sweet. It increases that stability all the way up to 100%, which means this thing's basically like a little laser beam. I'm not really going to be covering PvE, considering the only thing that this thing would be good for is that if you're in something where match game was needed and you need to switch between the three elements, doesn't really matter. So I'm mainly going to be covering PvP. Now, the footage that you're watching in PvP was taken before the recent update to Hardlight, which kind of reduced its damage drop-off and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, you look at like the statistics, and Hardlight's still one of the top used weapons. I mean, it is pretty effective, especially on those smaller maps. I know a lot of people end up using it in trials and whatnot as well, because, I mean, people lean toward the meta, right? I feel like the people who've been watching me consistently over the past 3 years in Destiny, they know I don't really enjoy using meta things unless it's in a competitive game mode like trials or even comp and stuff like that. And I only used it to just get this review, so don't be mad. You're like, oh, you're using Hardlight. Like, yes, I was using Hardlight, but I was also using it for a video. And I feel like I paired it up well with the Hunter subclass to where when you get headshots or headshot kills or something like that, it increased the stability on it, which made this thing even more of a laser beam. I'm like, I wasn't trying to be like toxic, just trying to be effective with the weapon as much as I could be. Obviously, with auto rifles, majority of them got a buff across the board, which is nice. I know a lot of people were using the Suros, which I freaking love that. I actually like the Suros over the Hardlight, actually. And then I also tested out the Galliard 42. I have a Black Armory version of it, which is nice. But, you know, I think with Hardlight, there's too many advantages for this weapon in this category. Like, it can hit at a very far range. The rounds end up piercing through enemies. They're ricochet rounds. You can bounce off of walls multiple times, and the damage gets increased if you hit somebody when it bounces off a wall. It was 2 times. I believe they reduced that down. But still, like, if someone is like around the corner camping, you can just consistently shoot them, like bouncing it off the wall, which is pretty nice. And if somebody ends up going to revive, like, you don't have to get into that line of sight. You can actually just like shoot in between a hallway or wherever or off the ground and actually be able to, you know, take them down. I did feel kind of bad using it. I mean, it is extremely effective as an auto rifle, especially with all the stats on it. It has probably one of the better stats out of every single one of the other auto rifles, including exotic ones as well. Now, even though it doesn't come with something like Kill Clip or Rampage or some sort of damage boost, I mean, being able to have a weapon that shoots like a laser beam at essentially a way more extended range than any other auto rifle in its class, like, that's pretty good. To be honest, my overall feel of the weapon, I mean, I really like it. It is a laser beam. I don't plan on using it very often. You can ask, again, like I said, you can ask anybody that's, you know, been on this channel before, or you can ask any of my friends. They can vouch for it too, that I'm always testing out weird different builds. If anything, I'll end up tossing on something like a Dust Rock as a kinetic if I'm going to be using a primary energy weapon, just so I have something there that's a little bit effective. But other than that, man, like, Hardlight, I would suggest using it, but I would highly recommend testing out Suros as well, because Suros right now is like king in my opinion. There's a lot of benefits to Suros as well.
Tell them. down. Captured. Enemy claimed Zone C. Double down. The battle is still close. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. Zone A lost. You have my respect, Hunter. Zone B lost. Gains the lead. You You're getting stronger as you... This is amazing! By a team that fights together, stays together. Zone A lost. 2 for 1. Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Tell them to line up fast. A well fought. Overtime. Let's do this. Well done. You have the lead. Strength in numbers, Guardian.
Alright guys, looks like we're at the end of the video. Just want to cover 3 things with you. Number 1, about support. If you're looking for the #1 best way to support me, there's a link below that'll take you to a 4-minute video that I made a while ago. If you want to go watch that, that'd be awesome. If not, it's definitely not going to hurt my feelings. You can also subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, follow me on social media with the links below, and all that great jazz. Number 2, regarding social media, I have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and a few others. If you would like to keep up to date on Destiny 2 related content, be sure to use those links below to find me on those platforms. And number 3, going over the clan, if you're looking to join my clan, we have some spots open on all platforms. We're looking for active players and community members in the Destiny community. And typically we like to play casual PvE and PvP a majority of the time. I'm definitely all about that solo grind, but I'm willing to definitely play with people in the community, like definitely willing to do that. If you're looking to join, there's a link to the clan page on the Bungie.net site below, and all you have to do is request to join and I'll approve it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.